Happy Sunday, beautiful beings. Dr. Nikki Starr here, coming to you live from Malibu. It's a very beautiful day here. We've been having some crazy windy days. That last week when I was in New York for Thanksgiving, they actually shut the power off for 3 days, so thank goodness I was not here. But finally we had a day. It was a little bit cool, but still sunny. I swam. I danced, I laid on the sand. It was wonderful, magical. Part of my self-care Sunday, which I want to share with you about. Maybe inspire some of your self-care, and also want to hear about yours. And as you know, I come live weekly on my personal Facebook page, so welcome and thank you for being here. If you have any comments, questions, please write them. I love to read them and respond to you. And I just had a little snack, and sometimes if I eat things that maybe I have an allergy to, my voice gets raspy. So I had chocolate and it had hazelnut in it. It was like the Hue chocolate bars that are the vegan, cane sugar free. They're made with coconut sugar. I love them, but there's hazelnut, and I think I have a little bit of an allergy to some nuts. So don't mind my voice. I'm just noticing it now. It's like making me in my Ultimate Nutrition course, I share all about that. How if you get any kind of like tickle in your throat or need to clear or feel like raspy or many other symptoms, but I'm experiencing some of them, it's your body telling you subtly that there's an allergy. So I'm noticing I have that right now. But it's okay. I'm not anaphylactic, so don't worry. So I really love spending Sundays like it is the day to do whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want. And what I do is like every single moment, I'm like, okay, what do I want to do now? What do I feel inspired to do now? And I'm like guiding myself moment to moment to do whatever I want, whenever I want. Like I didn't even get out of bed till like 11:30. And then I was doing all kinds of fun stuff there. And then I literally was like, okay, what do I want to do now? What do I want to do now? So I went down to the beach. I had a dance party with myself on the beach. And for me, that's really like a sacred moment. And even the neighbors call me like the mystical dancer, because I'm dancing out there in a way that I'm connecting to the elements, and it is so healing, so healing. So I did some rituals on the sand. I went into the ocean and did some rituals too. And I share about all those in my Ultimate Ritual course. It's not Ultimate Ritual, it's just called Rituality, but I call them Ultimate Rituals because you feel like so different after, and I practiced them myself. And then I came back, I had a long bath, like an hour long bath, salt bath, essential oils. I did a new moon ritual and really connected to what I'm anchoring in this month. And literally it's a day all for me. And when I get off this, I'm going to go live on my Instagram page and talk about spirituality, because I have a new course coming out this month called Spirituality, and it's a spirit school. I'll share more about that later. But what's awesome is walking on the beach at sunset when it's not windy, and I'm going to do that right after this. So I'm really looking forward to getting back out to the beach. And that's one of the gifts. Like right now I'm looking at the ocean. Actually, let me see what happens. You're probably not going to get a view. I'm a little bit nervous to take this off, but let's see. Yeah, so there you can see the ocean in the background. I'm a little scared to move this because then I won't be able to put it back on. I don't have the ring light on right now. Let's see what happens if I turn it on. Oh, it's not plugged in. So it's okay, the lighting's good enough. So I wanted to share a little bit about this week. So this week there was an eclipse. And this week with the eclipse, so much has shifted, so much has happened. And I'm curious if you have felt the same way. So what I feel eclipses are these moments of chapter changes, like portals. Before the eclipse, we were one way, and after the eclipse, we're another way. If we use it to our advantage, if we choose to see what the lessons are, if we allow ourselves to receive the energy of the eclipse, if we allow ourselves to change, if we have the discipline to change, if we're willing and ready to let go of the karma and the situations and the things of the past that are not serving us. And what I have found is if we look at life from this perspective that everything is for us and there's lessons in everything, and this is one of the main tenets in my spirituality course, which is a spirit school that I'm hosting starting December 12th, life can happen with so much more ease and grace, and our life gets to be like so much easier. And it's funny because sometimes we think that things that are spiritual are not, just like we think that things that are not spiritual could be. So it's really about the lens and the energy and the intention behind everything. So for me, what came through for the eclipse is an upgrade in boundaries, like even stronger boundaries. And what that looks like is even just the way I am interacting with people. Boundaries, and I could kind of relate boundaries to standards, like the standards I have for relationships, the standards I have for conversations I have, the standards/boundaries, how I run my business and the operations of my business so that I can hold more people and expand. So things I allow and things I do not allow. Like I do not allow myself to participate in certain types of behaviors and situations. And it's funny because when we're called to rise up, what I see time and time again for myself and my clients is that we are faced with situations that cause us to have to make decisions that we could either keep doing what we've been doing, or we can rise to the occasion and choose something different. Choose something that would be this next level upgrade of ourselves. And so for me, it's going to be different for everyone. So I'm curious, like, what upgrade do you feel like you received from the eclipse? Sometimes the portal to the upgrade is uncomfortable. We're like, gosh, I had to go through that. Or, that was uncomfortable. Or, I didn't want to have to experience that. Like, this does not feel good. This feels uncomfortable. This feels scary. I want to make a different choice, but is it wrong? Is it bad? Is it good? And so using that discernment and just knowing what boundaries are, the boundaries you choose, the boundaries I choose, knowing what they are, it makes choices so much easier. It's like, it helps things be a little more black and white. And sometimes we need that, like very clear, this is a line, do not cross over this line. And so for me, especially as someone who's a healer and very much has been a people pleaser, stronger boundaries and even the ability to say no, or even like I'm not participating, or, this kind of energy is so powerful. And the more I've refined boundaries and refined them, and so many clients have also thanked me so much for the level of boundaries I've had with them and in our interactions and even with payments and things like this, it's really helped them rise to a new level and then engage in their lives in that way. And that's part of it. Like, we engage in like upgrading ourselves because then we become examples and we help other people operate at that level. Like, even when I'm with people I love, and if they're talking about things that are not productive or toxic or whatever, I am still my kind self, and I still honor my boundaries though, and I say, this is not something I want to talk about. Like, or I help them see it in a new light and then say, let's use our energy to talk about something else or to do something else so that we can keep the energy growing instead of depleting the energy. And that's been a huge thing for me, like just really being mindful about what I'm spending my time on, who I'm spending my time with, what I'm doing in every moment, and being really, really aware, self-aware, what I'm putting in front of me, into my body, and really honoring standards for myself. So not going against my own boundaries if there's something that I'm wanting as a standard in my life. So that's what came through for me in the eclipse. And so I'm going to get back to my self-care Sunday after I go live on my Instagram, where I'm going to be talking about spirituality. And next week, I'll probably talk a little bit more about that. But for those of you that are interested in diving deeper to really see life through a different lens, and what I call a spiritual lens, like understanding the laws of the universe, understanding the laws of your soul and your spirit, when we really get to this place of deep understanding and new perspectives on life, we have a totally different experience, and it happens with so much more ease and grace. And so on the 12th of December, there are 11 modules that I'm going to be sharing on this topic, and I highly recommend it, especially if you're going through transformation or wanting to go through personal development to really up standards in life and allow your life experience to be so much easier. So if you are challenged by anything, this would be a great course to consider, because it's going to really help you to shift your perspective on things. So with that, I love you guys. It's always so much fun to come on here, and these, like I said, feel like really like video blog, like vlogs, blogs that I share of like what I'm perceiving in life and the universe, and it's like this thing of like when we get more, like for me, like even the last piece I'm like feeling into is almost like by becoming more selfish and honoring ourselves, we get to show up who and how we truly are. And then with that, have the people we love and the people who are meant to be in our lives really see us and know that it's like truth that we're showing our truth. And with that, people can choose to meet us or not. And it acts like a filter. So our boundaries act as a filter. So I'm super grateful for this boundary upgrade. Super grateful for Self-Care Sundays. I'm going to head to the beach soon. And I send you all so much love. I wish you a beautiful day, and message me directly if you're wanting more info on the spirituality course. I send you love, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.